Hey YouTube, it's Reese Sheehan. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, and don't forget to click the notification bell. Okay, so here's another situation with a person who calls the police on black people for them being black. Okay? Now, it's interesting. His explanation for doing it reminds me of Roseanne Barr's explanation, for why she called, what's her name? Was it Rhonda Garrett? I forget. But why she said that she looked like a cross between a Muslim and a monkey. So remember, Roseanne Barr said that was because of the Ambien. This young man says it's because he's autistic. So I found this article on Yahoo. So finance.yahoo.com. And it goes as follows. Man facing backlash for repeatedly calling police on black women at pool blames his autism. I don't see race. A man facing backlash online for repeatedly calling police on black women at his apartment complex's pool claims his actions were driven by his autism and not racism. I'm autistic and lack a gauge that goes anywhere but 0 and 100. Nick Star Street wrote on Facebook. When I see a lease violation, I call it out and do everything in my power to make sure it is resolved, no matter who is the person violating. Star Street reportedly called police on 2 separate groups of black women at the Addition Apartments in Hyattsville, Maryland, for having glassware by the pool, a lease violation according to Star Street. It goes on. First incident tweeted about on June 22nd, Felicia Soso claimed her friends were hanging out at the pool when a man, later identified as Star Street, made a complaint about their glassware and music. He allegedly yelled at her friend and later recorded her friend on camera admitting that she had glassware. Although a video shows that her friend agreed to get rid of the glassware, adding, what else do I need to do to make you be comfortable? Star Street immediately stopped the recording to show the video to the leasing office. When the leasing office took no action, Star Street then reported the women to the Hyattsville Police Department. Okay, let me stop it right there. So he said because of his autism, he sees right from wrong, and he does whatever is in his power to resolve that. He went to the leasing office, he didn't like the answer, and then called the police. Does that sound like autism to you? My nephew is autistic. I've never seen it. Now, of course, these are 2 different people, and regardless of what you are diagnosed with, you're going to handle it a lot different than another person. I totally get that. I will say that I have seen on Twitter and on YouTube people that say that they've been diagnosed autistic and have said quite angrily that they are angry that he would even try to assume or ascertain, or the word, I can't think of the right word, but to try to blame his autism for his racism. They are like people that are like, they're like, no, I'm autistic. The other people are saying they're autistic, but they don't act like that. And that's what I'm saying. My nephew's autistic, and I have yet to see any kind of behavior like that come from him at all. Let me continue. I see that this stuff online, but having this happen in person, like blatant racism for no reason at all, Soso wrote on Twitter, I've honestly seen so many types of racism, but we weren't doing anything but existing. The second incident tweeted on June 22nd. So the first incident happened June 22nd. The second incident happened June 23rd. Let me repeat. The first incident happened June 22nd. The second incident happened June 23rd. Within a span of 24 hours. Let me continue. A woman named, and I'm not sure of how to pronounce her first name, so I'm just going to call her Miss Claude, posted a video of Star Street allegedly stalking her and her friend while they were walking away from the apartment for near a mile. Now, I watched her, the young lady, Miss Claude. She was on Roland Martin, while I listened. I watched her today. And she said this man followed her. He followed the two of them to Home Depot. To Home Depot. I'll continue. In the video, Star Street goes on to accuse Claude and her friend of being racist while on the phone with local police. However, according to Star Street's account, he was simply following the pair after they had allegedly attacked him. According to what he has to say, and I'm having a hard time because you have to see, okay, so this young man, he pins himself as a provocateur. So very simple, similar to Jacob Wall. The only difference between him and Jacob Wall is that Jacob Wall continues to create these false, goes out of his way to create false narratives. Where this dude here, this Star Street, Nick Star Street, as I believe I said his name was, what he does is he posts things on Twitter. His Twitter account has been suspended, and I'm gonna share with you why. And then on Facebook and on YouTube, because you can go to his right now. You can go to his YouTube channel. It's called Nick Star Street, and you'll see the 16 seconds of Miss Claude slapping that phone out of his face, out of his hands. That's all you'll see, though. You won't see how he followed her. You won't see that. And then the first video of the June 22nd incident, it was on YouTube. It is no longer on YouTube. He took that down. He also disabled any comments on the video from the June 22nd. But that didn't stop people from going to all the rest of his videos, because he didn't turn off the comments on the rest of his videos. Oh, they lit him up. They lit him up. What I will say that I did not agree with are people said some horrible things to this man. And when I say, yes, I think he's a piece of racist crap. He's a piece of S to the H-I-T. Yes, he is. Would I write, you need to kill yourself? No. There's a saying that if you allow hate to consume you, you will be no better than your enemy. I totally agree. So I'm seeing all these and I've seen, that was at least 5 of them as far as what I could see, of people saying really you need to kill yourself, calling them, derogatory gay terms. When you allow that kind of, this is me, if you allow that spirit of hate, and some days it is hard for me not to. I kid you not. In this Trump era, it is so hard. Every time I see something from Laura Ingalls, Laura Ingalls, Tucker Carlson, Trump, Betsy DeVos, Stephen Miller, every time Kellyanne Conway, every time I see her post anything on Twitter, I remind her how her skin looks toe up from the flow up because of the lies and deceit that she continues to spew out of her mouth. Lies, deceit, racism, really bad for your skin. Just FYI. It has a way of eating you up from the inside out. And every person that I have ever come across that is very vile, they're not good looking people. But when I saw comments like that you don't want to become that man, do you? I mean, do you want to be so filled with hate and vile and divisiveness that you then become no better than that person? So those comments were unnecessary in my opinion, but the rest of the comments that lit his ass up, oh, I like those. They were lighting him up. They lit him up. At the end of the day, I would not be surprised. I mean, now, so I went on Instagram. Oh, I posted something on Instagram about that young man. Like, autism does not cause you to be racist. And that was a racist. That you were just to call him out. You're being racist. You don't want to deal with it because it's not popular. But I have yet to meet a racist that wants to be called a racist. Even racists don't want to be called racist. That doesn't stop you from being one, though. I digress. Let me continue. Without a single word uttered, he says he was punched by a woman at the pool, which is a lie because we saw the video. She left a purple bruise on my chest and my phone went out of my hands, Star Street recalled. He later posted a video on YouTube of the encounter, 16 seconds, and he turned off the comments. Star Street said that he and his husband called 911. The group of women fled the pool. Really, they were walking in the video we saw, or I saw. According to the local station WUAS 9, he was only following the women because they were trying to leave before the police could arrive. 2 different women documented their accounts of what took place on Twitter, claiming his actions were racially motivated and received thousands of likes and comments. But Star Street tells a different story on his Facebook and to local news station WUSA 9. Okay, well, that's interesting because the way they spelled it, there must be a typo. So it's WUSA, not WUAS. It's WUSA 9. In an interview, he told WUSA 9 explains that his behavior in the incidents can be attributed to his autism, insisting that I don't see race, gender, or color. But you're gay? I guarantee you see gender. I'm autistic. I see right and wrong, Star Street said, insisting he never made any racial slurs towards the women. And that means what exactly? Anyway, I think because of the way my mind works, I don't always click with other people, Star Street told WUSA 9. I don't understand when people get upset over things I say or do. To me, it's just how I feel. Now I want you to pay attention to this next sentence and I'm going to stop reading. This is him on Facebook. It is a sad day that people chose to jump to a card, and he has those in quotes, to further their cause when they know deep down they are simply lying. He literally said that. Now I'm going to tell you something else that this dude has done. Okay, so I'm not done reading the article. I apologize. He's gay. Okay. But he says that he's anti-LGBTQ. Now, I don't know how you can be anti-LGBTQ and you are gay. You are a whole gay man in a marriage with another gay man, but you're anti-LGBTQ. This is what he said about the 2016 Pulse nightclub mass shooting. Okay, that's why I say he pins himself as a provocateur, but then he blames his behavior on his autism. Following the deadly 2016 Pulse nightclub mass shooting, Star Street received vicious backlash for making an insensitive comment on Twitter to a drag queen just days after the incident. The tweet read, "Seriously, at Roxy Andrews, isn't she a has-been, not a star? Where are her people at? I thought they are all shot." His Twitter account was later suspended. Yeah, and now he's the victim. Now, I read somewhere that he has now also been evicted. His husband has been suspended from his job. I don't get these people. I'm not even that. Really? Is that how you want to go out? That's what you want to do? Is that how we do? No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Yes, that's what they do. That's what they do. You can't be black and have somebody that thinks that they know right from wrong opposed to your right from wrong. They're going to call it because his first action, the police office didn't do what they wanted them to do. Excuse me, I'm sorry. They didn't do what he wanted them to do. Did I say that right the first time? Hopefully I did. They didn't do what he wanted them to do. So he then called the police. Was that autistic too? Did your autism did your autism, is that the reason why you called the police twice? Called the police the first time because the leasing agency or the person that was in the lease, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling, I apologize. Because that's the most asinine excuse I've ever heard in my life next to I'm a racist because of Ambien. You didn't like the answer the leasing agency gave you. So therefore you took it upon yourself to call the police. Are you going to blame that on autism too? Dude.